Hi, welcome to my channel, and I'm so excited to present to you guys today what your career path slash life purpose is. And so I'm going to show you the choices of crystals, and here they are. Let's get going. Number 1, we have amethyst. Number 2, we have a kyanite stone. Number 3 is bloodstone. And number 4 is this blue stone that I forgot, unfortunately, the name of. Okay, so you can go ahead and fast forward to the timestamps. If you are interested, I'm going to do a lovely throat chakra sound healing with my crystal singing bowl. Creates a really, really beautiful sound. So if you've never heard it before, I encourage you to stay and listen. Otherwise, I'll see you at your reading. So if you're here for the sound of the crystal bowl, here it is. Just wait for it to pick up a little bit of momentum. Open up the portals of communication between my spirit guides, your spirit guides, and the divine, and we are ready with pile number 1. So for pile number 1, I have pre-shuffled, but I shuffled randomly and I did not take a look at the cards. We'll start off with the rune, and we'll place your crystal in the corner here. Keep us company. All right, so we have, this rune is called Hagalaz. And it's interesting because Hagalaz talks about some kind of a controlled crisis, wrath of nature. So what does that make you think of? I mean, it seems to me that it's pretty obviously talking about the pandemic that we're currently undergoing, right? That has affected so many of us in different ways. And, you know, this controlled crisis has certainly affected our careers. Many of us have lost our jobs, and other people are struggling in different ways, health. But now talking about career, you might have found that the pandemic has impacted you in a particularly strong way. So let's take a deeper look into what's going on. So we'll start with 3 cards here. Voyage, flowers, okay, and health, basically. So my cards are in French. If you don't understand French, no problem. Let's go into the interpretation. So what I do see is interesting because I'm tuning into your energy. I'm tapping into your energy. Your career has something to do with social media. Your life path has something to do with social media and selling a product online. You may be manufacturing a product to do with herbal remedies. It sounds like you're in some kind of an alternative health industry, or you're creating something fresh and you're creating something new. And perhaps this pandemic has really guided you towards your passion, where in the past you were kind of sticking to maybe a more typical 9 to 5, and now all of a sudden, if you don't have that anymore, you're really starting to think on your feet and think, well, what am I good at? And you have a particular green thumb I'm seeing here. You're very good with communicating with plants and flowers. And especially herbal remedies. I'm getting really, maybe you work in essences, or maybe you have a particular passion or talent at working with some kind of an herbal remedy or herbal essences. And your career path certainly entails, maybe selling these products online. I see you also traveling possibly for your career, or some kind of trip has influenced your career choice or your passion or your life purpose, and you're becoming more and more and more interested in what in how you can develop this craft, okay, this practice that you have just started to undertake. So think herbal remedies, flowers, essences. You have a very good green thumb. You're very good business minded. You're thinking of these ideas of how to, maybe either sell your product online, or you're going to start your own YouTube channel, or some kind of a media, some sort of social media platform. Maybe Instagram. I'm seeing some of you have started some Instagram accounts where you're taking pictures of different essences and herbal remedies that you have really started to create yourself. And I'm getting that you have sort of dabbled in this for a very long time. So consider where that can take you, because I think you're onto something. Now this reading is about career path and life purpose kind of bundled in together. So really, 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 really consider this talent, because if you haven't already, even if it's a side thing, it can bring you a lot of joy and abundance. Let's take a look at the other two cards. So you have, as you write, for deep emotional healing. I'm going to put that right here. And then you have wait, which certainly can be a very frustrating card to receive, saying it's not yet time, things are being woven. So that I really totally understand the feeling of, impatience. Perhaps some of you are Aries. I know that I'm an Aries myself, and I, in typical Aries fashion, can get very impatient when I don't see results right away. If this is a passion that you are developing, give it time. Just like anything, Rome wasn't built in a day, and it's going to take time to build up this idea and this new venture that you're taking on. You have a green thumb. Your life path is taking you down the route of working with flowers, working with plants, working in a garden, working with the body, and using those plants and those flowers, etc., to heal the body, to bring healing to the body. But just wait. Even though it's super frustrating, you need to give it a little bit of time and wait. And the reason why that you need to wait, right now, is because you have your own emotional healing, your own healing to take care of. So, I'm getting a strong intuition that a lot of you are sort of modern day shamans, or you would consider yourself a modern day shaman. And if you don't know what a shaman is, it basically is sort of like a tribal healer. So traditionally every village had a healer before, we had these big hospitals and doctors. Traditionally you had a healer for each village, and the shaman had an interesting journey. So the shaman basically did not choose his or her path. shamanka, technically, for a woman, but we'll just use the generic shaman that most people know. So the shaman didn't choose their life path, okay? They were sort of overcome with this overwhelming sickness, usually physical traditionally, but I don't think the work of shaman is totally understood, because just like there's different ailments, there are also different kinds of healers to treat those different ailments. So if you're working with plants and you're working with healing the body, and I'm even getting healing the body energetically through use of these plants, connecting the body to the spirit of the plant, okay, you might want to look at books on plant healing, working with plants, spirit and plant, working with the spirits of the plants, working with elementals, which are nature spirits. You might want to look into all of these things, because if you do work with the spirit of the plants and the elementals, which are the caretakers of those plants, I promise you that you will be receiving more abundance and more success because of it, right? It's going to be kind of you in this co-op partnership with others, unseen beings. Anyway, back to the story of the shaman. So the shaman was overcome with some kind of an ailment, and had to heal him or herself. And through this healing process, the shaman learned how to heal others. So you have to heal yourself first. It sounds like a cliche, but you have to heal yourself first before you heal others. And it doesn't mean that you can't heal others while you heal yourself. But before your business really, really, really takes off, whatever it is you would like to do, whether you would like to talk publicly on a social media platform and teach people how to work with herbs and essences, or you would like to offer a service yourself or a combination, whatever your business is, it will really take off once you have done a lot of the foundational groundwork for your own emotional healing. So I would really encourage you to experiment the healing techniques on yourself first, and not be afraid to tackle those inner demons. Because once you do come face to face with your inner demons, then you know how to identify those in others, and you'll know how to help others heal from those inner demons as well. So that was your reading. Really, really, really nice. Thank you so, so much for tuning in. If you liked the video, please feel free to give it a like, subscribe, comment down below, tell me what you think, share, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, number 2. Okay, I believe you had kyanite, if I'm not mistaken, right? So we're going to put that in the corner there. It's just going to hang out with us. Before I start your reading with the cards, I would like to show you your rune that I picked out for you. So the rune that I picked out for you is called Manas. And what it talks about here, Manas talks about, sort of receiving financial aid and assistance. So perhaps you have been going through a difficult time where you are now going to be on the receiving end of some financial assistance, maybe from parents, family, or it could possibly even be a loan from the bank, but you're coming into some kind of a financial assistance. Don't feel any shame in this. We're all experiencing at this time, big financial upheaval. So if this is you and you are receiving this assistance, open your heart to it with gratitude. There are a lot of people who would wish to have some kind of financial assistance as well, and unfortunately, They don't have that support. So you know what? I understand the pride thing, but if you can just swallow your pride a little bit and just say thank you and just be grateful, you'll find a way to repay it in your own way later. But I think that this financial assistance will really, really, really help you in moving you forward in the right direction towards your career path. And in this case, I've bundled life purpose together as well. So let's take a look at your cards. This is really reassuring. Now, my cards are in French, so I apologize if you don't understand, but this basically says that you are on the right path. Okay, you're on the right path. Keep going. Don't despair. Don't get discouraged. Keep going. You're on the right path. I know it doesn't seem like it, but you are. The next card that I have is books. Okay, either you're going to find out some information by doing your own research, and you are perfecting your search for the right path, and you're doing it well. You're going through all the steps properly. You could be writing a book as well, but let's take a look at the other card for it to all come together. Music. Okay, so let me see what I get here. So right away I'm getting that you have this, you're very intellectual as a person. You're very artistic, you're very intellectual. You have a home filled with books. You love music. You love just music for the pure sense of music. You know, some people love music for, you know, just because it brings groups of people together, or they love to entertain. That certainly could be your case, but I'm also getting that beyond that, you really just have this love of music. It's more than just a love, it's like a need. You need music. It's a part of your soul, it's a part of who you are, and it's a part of your life path. And what I'm getting is the more you listen to music and the more you delve in to music, the more you will tap into your creative spark and get that going. And that will help to inspire you to go on the right path and to continue your path. Okay, reading, I feel you are someone who has a lot to teach others. Okay, you have a lot to teach others, you know a lot, and you have sort of this, you might be writing a book about, you know, music or music therapy. Let's take a look at the other cards too to get a little bit more insight. Oh, this is nice. Let yourself sparkle and shine. So let yourself sparkle and shine. You are someone who needs to stand out, okay? You need to stand out from the crowd. And people need to see you. Your life path has to do as much with you standing out in front of a crowd as it has with your passions and pursuits and life interests, okay? So you are someone who, when you really, really get into your element, when you're really up on stage, okay? If you're a musician and you like to perform on stage, when you really, really get into your element, you will naturally on your own start to just send off this beautiful radiant light that will just really draw others to you. And I feel that you have the potential to draw a lot of what it is that you want to. You have strong manifestation abilities. You are very clairvoyant, I'm getting too, as a side note. You're able to visualize your goals very clearly, and even though you're taking maybe a more unconventional route, don't worry so much about how it will go, and oh, now you have to receive financial assistance or whatever it is. Okay, just keep going. Stay true to yourself. I promise you that if you keep doing the things you love, your life path and your career options will become more and more available to you and more obvious. I really get that you are also a very careful person, okay? You don't like to overstep your bounds, and you really like to take things step by step, and you're very good at reading like I said, doing all of your research, everything that you need to get done. You want to make sure that you do it well first before you go on to the next thing. Well, I'm here to tell you that is great, and that is who you are, and that's not going to change. But I want you to maybe think about bringing in that spark, right? That sparkle, that shine into your life. Because that sparkle and shine are very much a part of your soul plan, your life path. And inevitably, if you take that risk and if you go ahead and go forward towards your dreams, you can, really do something very magnificent with your passions. I'm also getting the intuition too that some of you are going to have some kind of a mixture between perhaps writing and music. Some of you, it's just that you like to research a lot and make sure that you have all the steps down pat before you really go towards your goal. And that's fantastic. Just make sure to combine your spontaneous nature as well. Some of you are either, going towards the music route, and others are going towards the reading route. You might be lecturing people about music. You might be writing a book about music, or you might just be writing a book that has to do with your passions and that may inspire other people towards their passions. Let's look at the last card. You have Whale and Orca Elders. Notice the word, can't really see it from there. Unfortunately, it goes blurry. I'm sorry about that. Notice if you can see the word song. Share your song, frequency of sound. Look, you are meant, I think, for the most part, everyone who's tuned into this reading, this is really fantastic. You're really meant to share your music to the world. And if you've been doubting this for a long time, and if you've taken a career out of practicality in the past, it's really time to perhaps break out of that. Not necessarily break out completely without a safety net, of course. You are a careful person, so you're not necessarily going to do that, and you're going to go about it in a smart way. But really start on the side to build your passion, build your career, and I think that you can bring a lot of joy, a lot of love to others through your voice, through your music and the instrument that you play, if you're not a singer. But whatever you do, whether you sing or you play an instrument, I'm getting a lot of you have gorgeous voices though. That is definitely, I just got that confirmation. I got like a psychic tap. It was just, what a psychic tap is? When you're just sitting there and all of a sudden you just hear like almost like someone tapped the wall or something like that. So I just heard a psychic tap in my apartment. You can look those up. It's kind of an interesting thing. And maybe I'm looking into it too much, but I take it as a confirmation that you have a gorgeous voice. Many of you who do sing and who do love to sing, you have a beautiful voice. Don't be shy. You're meant to shine. And I know that seems alarming. I'm getting that some of you are a little bit more reserved and shy and not so much doubtful because you have been told all of your life that you have this great talent by other family, friends, teachers, combination of all, or of some of those options. But, I'm getting that it's just that it's almost like you're a little bit more introverted, and because you're so cautious, you're a little fearful of maybe change and taking risks and being ultra spontaneous, you know, you have the same concerns that so many people have. What if it doesn't work out? What if I fail? What if, you know, I want you to just, this is my advice to you. Don't worry about failing. Don't worry about not doing well so much. Be practical, put those steps in place, of course, but just keep going. Keep focusing on what you want to do. Keep going towards your path. Keep moving along, right? Even if it's a baby step, and sometimes you might step back one step or two steps, and the next day just pick yourself up, just keep going. Don't think about it too much. Don't worry about it too much. Don't overanalyze all the little steps. Make those steps, of course, but just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. You have this amazing talent with music. You have this amazing talent with music. Totally. That's a beautiful confirmation there with the song, the music, and then you're meant to shine. I really think that you have something going for you. So don't doubt your abilities. Don't doubt whether it's going to be successful or not. You know, don't even think about whether it's going to be successful or not if you can. Of course, you know, that's kind of hard now. As I say, don't think about something, you're going to think about it. But just try to, if you find yourself getting too caught up in all of the worries, and anxieties, just instead of trying to control that, perhaps just shift your focus to your heart space and how it is that you feel about your passion, and then focus on feeling and move forward with that. Especially if you're someone who's more logical and cautious in your day-to-day, try to balance out the feminine and masculine energies there by really focusing on the feeling, the music that makes you the beautiful, talented individual that you are. Thank you so much for tuning in. That was a gorgeous read. I really wish you a lot of success on your life path. It is so exciting that you have this great talent. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in and sharing your energy with me today. Your message has inspired me as well, so it's been very healing for me too. Yeah, fantastic. Thank you so much. If you like the video, feel free to give it a like, subscribe, and share. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or evening, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye. Number 3. Hello, number 3, right? You had the bloodstone, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to put it out here in the back, and it's just going to hang out with us. Before we look at your cards, I'm going to show you the rune that I picked for you. And this rune is called Nauthiz. Nauthiz. So this is an interesting rune, and it talks about delays, restrictions, possibly imposed by others or possibly self-imposed. It also talks about the power to overcome, but the need for patience, yet determination, and the recognition of your life path or your destiny, fate, however you would like to put it. Okay, we're going to put it in the back here. So you, like many of us, may be feeling at a standstill, and you just, why won't things happen already? You just have these big ideas, these big goals and dreams, and you have a lot of energy, and it's just, it feels stifled right now. I want to encourage you to just take a deep breath and exhale deeply and just take it step by step. Keep going. You will get there. You will get there. I'm going to say that again if it didn't hit home. You will get there, just a little bit more patience. I know that's such a frustrating thing to hear, but a little bit more patience. You will get there. All right, let's take a look at your cards. Ooh, holy moly. You have, and my cards are in French, So if you can't read French, no worries. This basically just says spiritual master. Pretty cool already. So this is my very powerfully spiritual group. You are certainly a light worker. Love and light. Your path is to heal the world through love and light, right? So you are, I'm getting these very kind of angelic vibes from you. You're certainly a light worker. You know, definitely if you're into earth angels, you might want to look at light worker. You might want to look at earth angel. You might want to look at starseed too, I'm getting. And you also might want to look at wise one. I'm getting a three-tiered combination, starseed, earth angel, and wise one. You might want to look those three up. Okay, options. This is interesting. Okay, you have more than one purpose on this earth. Whether your life purpose has to do with starting your own practice where you lead and guide others, or whether you are, I'm getting maybe some of you, I don't know why I'm just getting some of you are stay-at-home moms. It's just the image kind of image and words that popped up into my head. Some of you are more hermits, but whatever you do in your day-to-day career and at home, you are a spiritual master, and you need to recognize that. You're a light worker, and you're here to heal, and you're here to bring love and light to the world. Before I go on, let's just pull out all the cards and put them here together. Okay, so unconventionality. Your unique qualities are an important part of your life purpose, and it's okay to feel and be different from others. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to look at the other card first before I say anything. So the other card is here. The Great Severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. So this is what I get. This is what I get here. Super powerful. You are a light worker, starseed angel, and your life path purpose bundled with your career path, and we're going to talk about career in a moment, has to do with, number one, healing the family ties within your own, a lot of us light workers are born sometimes into families where there are situations that are that need to be healed. Maybe people who have, certain habits, negative habits that they've pulled down from generation to generation. Necessarily mean that it's a terribly bad thing. We are all families are a work in progress, really. But especially light workers, when it comes to you are here to first heal those ancestral, patterns, negative patterns. And once you do that, you are going to, you're going to do that by not forcing any kind of healing or change upon others. But really you're going to start with yourself. And by healing that inner conflict, by delving deep into the patterns, the negative patterns of behavior that may be on your conscious mind or your unconscious mind, if you could bring those to the surface and really take a look at them and really analyze them and really be honest with yourself, if you can do that and start to heal through meditation, through spending time in nature, through grounding yourself, singing, I'm getting, even, I don't know why, watching certain movies. I'm getting that, some of you are very into film. There's some movies that you really like that have really inspired you lately. You're going to get message in all kinds of ways. And when you start that healing process and go down that path, you're really going to notice the people around you are going to change their attitudes towards you as well. Okay, so the negativity will disperse, and then you will be this beacon of light to soften and heal the injuries from the past when it comes to others. Okay, so other people have experienced maybe similar things to you. I'm hearing too that you're going to be a voice. I hear voice for the people, voice for the light workers, and a voice for the downtrodden, a voice for those who need to be healed. And you're going to be a way shower to help those other people remember who they are and sort of reboot themselves. I don't know why that word comes to mind, but reboot, maybe that makes particular sense to some of you. Reboot themselves and, I want to say plummet, but it's not the right word that I'm looking for. Plummet yourself into the right path, like bloop, just drop yourself on your path. I just kind of mean, just really push yourself. Not push yourself, that's not the right. Sometimes I lack the words and I have an image in my mind, and let me describe it. The image that I'm seeing is, it's like a shooting star, okay? Without all the violence implied with shooting stars, kind of asteroid going through the galaxy with basically gas just trailing behind it, okay? But the idea of that speed and that shooting star, you are that shooting star. And if you can accept who you are, then you can go really take off and move yourself right along into your destiny and into your life path. Now, the career choice is interesting because it's not obvious. And it's not meant to be obvious with me. I'll tell you why. I know that seems kind of like a letdown. If you tuned into this reading, of course, if it's not for you and you find that you want more specific answers, of course, some other tarot reader might have those answers for you. But you're meant to discover this for yourself. Now, if someone else tells you you're meant to do this specifically and this is how you're going to do it, what's going to happen is when you do pick that career, when you do go towards it, you're going to start to wonder now, is it me who chose it, or did I do this because somebody else told me about it? I'll give you an example, personal example. 10 years ago, I had my palm read, and I'm sorry to talk about myself, but just to give you an example for maybe why the specifics of your career is not coming up here for you. And it could have to do, on a side note, with the fact that you're not quite sure what it is. You have to know it. Once you know it and once you know yourself, then other people will start to confirm that back to you, if that makes sense. So anyway, the story is, 10 years ago, I had my palm read by 2 people. Actually, one of those people being my dad. And then another person, just a random palm reader. And both my dad and this other person said, at the end of 10 years, your career is going to change. And this is where I am right now. And I wish that I hadn't been told this information, because now that I've been told this information, I'm at this point where I'm like, okay, well, is this prophecy going to come true? Is it not? Should I do something about it? And then if I do anything about it, I kind of feel like, well, am I forcing it? I don't worry about it too much because I trust the path that the universe has for me. And I know that whatever it is will be revealed to me, just so long as I go along towards what I think are, go do my interests, passions, etc. So my advice to you would be to ask yourself, what are the things that you really love, that you really are passionate about? And what would you like to do? What would make you your fullest, happiest, most fulfilled self? How would you feel most fulfilled in your day-to-day? So you don't have to think about it too seriously. I want you to have fun along the way because you have a lot of options. You have an exuberance of talents. in front of you. You are highly psychic, highly in tune, very powerful, and you have this huge inner light that is gorgeously magnetic and very attractive to other people. Wherever you go, you're just, you know, in the past being different was almost like a crime, and you attracted a lot of trouble perhaps because of it, or negativity or jealousy or whatever. Don't let that get to you, okay? People are afraid to step out of line and become their true authentic selves. You're not that person. And it's not that you're afraid, because I do sense fear here. I do sense worry and concern, and there's nothing wrong with that. Completely normal and very much a part of the process. So get it out of your head that, get it out of your hair too, sure. That fear is a negative emotion, because it's not, and a lot of people say that it is, and I get frustrated when they do. There is a lesson in fear. Don't let it overwhelm you. Don't let emotions just stagnate, right? You know, you have to learn how to move fluidly through your emotions. And as you experience them, instead of demonizing the ones that are not so nice, maybe you want to ask yourself, okay, what is the message? What is the message I can learn from this emotion? And if you can do that, you're going to find that you're not going to feel as stagnant. And that will actually, your emotions are, how do I put this? Your emotions are what is holding you back for the most part. And I hope that resonates. Your emotions have caused you grief, and they can seem uncontrollable, or you just don't know how to manage them, you don't like them, you'd rather not have them, and they remind you of the negative things that you know, could think of maybe growing up or whatever it is. And they are usurping your energy and your life force. And if you usurp your life force, if you let your energy be drained, you're not going to have any energy towards the manifestation, the realization of your goals and your dreams. And yes, you are a very good manifester. You are a powerful manifester as well. You are a light worker. Don't ever forget who you are. You are here to bring love and light into the world, even though you feel sad and maybe drained yourself from other people around you. You are here to bring love, light, happiness to others. Just remember to bring that to yourself as well. Take the time that you need. And I apologize if there's noise in the background. There's people cutting leaves and making them into ugly, boring shrubs. Anyway, keep my opinions to myself about that. I prefer when nature is wild. I don't know. I'm a big fan of nature. I prefer when it's wild and just can be free. Maybe that's a message for you too. Don't tame yourself. Don't trim your hedges just because other people do. Let yourself grow wild and free, and just know that that is part of your life purpose, and it will guide you into a life purpose that will be able to work harmoniously with a career path that you are going to discover, I'm feeling, within the next 2 months, something is going to come up. In 2 months, something interesting is going to come up. And keep going. That won't be it, but keep going towards your path, and there'll be something coming up in December, January. That's my prediction. And I hope you like the reading. Powerful energy. Believe in yourself. Know who you are. Don't worry about other people. Like I said, don't worry about fitting in with other people. And they're perfectly trimmed hedges, because perfectly trimmed hedges are boring. And you know that more than I do. So be your wild, lovely self that you came here to be. If you like my video, feel free to give it a like, subscribe, share, comment down below. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video upload. Thank you. Number 4. Hello. So nice to have you here. I'm going to put your crystal in the back. It's just going to hang out a little bit. Your nice blue crystal for communication. Perhaps let's take a look, but your career might have to do with communicating to others. Before I go into too much detail with that thought, let's take a look at your rune first. So this one is called Wunjo. I've chosen a rune for you. And Wunjo, your path is of a spiritual nature. Spiritual nature. You are going to be receiving recognition for what you do, and you will be coming into a lot of success. But this will come only, and let me emphasize this, only once you've recognized your value and your true worth. No one's going to do that for you. You have to do it for yourself. Once you recognize who you are in a grounded way, that's when you're going to start to receive recognition. I know that seems counterintuitive sometimes, right? But that is the way it is. That's the way it works. What could I say? You know, sort of a random thought here, but before I look at your cards, you know, it's like when you're dating and you really, you so want to go out with someone, right? You so want that girl, that guy, whatever, right? And you're so, you know, desperate for love. And the more you're desperate and the more you want it so badly, the less it comes. So it's, and then you say, you know what, I'm just going to enjoy my life. Your friends pull you out. You do other things. You're just, you know, enjoying, you're doing your hobbies and your passions. And then just by enjoying and being yourself and not caring anymore, then all of a sudden you have all these options come up. Or, you know, someone comes knocking at your door, so to speak, and then, hey, you know, your heart basically is fully ready for love because you've let go of that desperation of seeking love from someone else, and you've now learned to seek it within yourself. So it's the same thing here when it comes to your career and your life path. You need to recognize your self-worth first before it's recognized by others. Let's take a look at your cards. All right. First card that comes up is, my cards are in French. Don't worry if you don't understand French. It says studies. Okay. So I'm going to not interpret anything just yet. I'm just going to place that here. Then the next card you have is, this says healer. Healer. Then you have counselor. You heal others with your words. You heal others with your words. You have a soothing voice. The way you say things is just, you have a magical touch. You have a magical touch. You have a way with your words that can soothe and heal. I'm hearing the masses. It's like, whoa, I'm just getting this massive, massive confirmation that you are a very, very powerful healer. And, you know, people have told this to you before and you just kind of shrug your shoulders and you say, you know, I've got to continue, because you're never really fully happy with yourself. It's never fully enough. You're perfecting. Now, it seems like your life path and your career choice also might take you down a scholastic route once again. You may have to go back to school. You may have to take some courses in order to qualify you on paper. But I'm here to tell you that you already have these abilities. You're already recognized in the spiritual realm as being this powerful healer and within your own community. The studies will give you more perspective, but they will not make or break you as a healer because you're already a healer. You're already a talented healer. This will just give you some kind of a qualification on paper. And here on the 3D plane, that is, for better or for worse, important and necessary, right? So you are so, can I just point something out here? You are so good at bringing other people up. You are so lovely. You're such a lovely person. I'm getting this wonderful energy from you, but you don't always feel that with yourself. And that's hard. That's hard to deal with. And it's distressing for you, for your mental well-being. Just remember that you also have to return the favor to yourself. And as corny as it sounds, as cheesy and as corny as it may seem, you know, it's, if you can't be kind and encouraging and thoughtful to yourself, then as you go along and as more and more people solicit your help, because more and more people will solicit your help because you're that good. You gained a reputation. People are just, you know, drawn to you for healing and support. And you're going to become overwhelmed by this. You're going to become frustrated by these people who are just coming towards you for healing and support when you don't feel good enough yourself. You know, you're going to start to feel resentful of others if you don't stop. And it's okay. Don't feel guilty about it. You can say, no, I'm sorry, I'm not free today to talk or whatever, and take a day to yourself to just relax. Spend time in nature. I always encourage people to spend time in nature because it's a great place to be. Very grounding, very healing, right? Green is the color of the heart chakra, so it's very soothing to the heart, very soothing to the soul. But whatever you do, make sure that you do that. Make sure that you spend time with yourself. Let's take a look at your other cards. Oh, very nice. Clear quartz, let yourself feel all your emotions. So I'm getting a couple of messages here. Number one, if you don't take care of yourself, you're always taking care of others, you're going to also, besides feeling a little resentment, you're going to have a skewed view of the situation. You may not be able to see their situation as clearly, but I'm getting more strongly that you yourself do not see your own gifts and talents very clearly. You don't see your own potential very clearly. You don't see yourself in the best light all the time, right? You don't always see yourself clearly. And in order to see yourself clearly, you're really gonna have to let yourself feel all your emotions, even the gross emotions that we can't stand, like, you know, envy or frustration or anger or sadness. You know, you need to feel those emotions. And the reason why you need to feel them is the same reason why we say that you have to come face to face with your fears in order to heal them. Okay, it's also, interestingly enough, I'm just making some connections here. Hope you can humor me while I do. It's also, you know, the same reason why when you need to heal your body physically, you have some pain in your muscles. A Swedish massage is going to be nice and relaxing, but it's not going to heal you. It's going to just be a relieve you in the moment, nice relaxation, a spa day perhaps, but you need to, you know, go to see a massage therapist to really dig in those muscles. And that's painful, right? But it feels so good at the same time, because once you can really dig into those muscles, then you can finally loosen them up and clear away the pain. You have to come face to face with pain, and you got to press into it and massage it away in order to heal. Same with your emotions. You have to come face to face with your emotions and feel them. Then you ask yourself, don't get too deep. Don't let yourself, I'm seeing some fear. I'm imagining someone holding onto a cliff and then, just letting go and falling deep down the cliff. Don't let yourself fall down the cliff kind of thing with your emotions. Hold on to the stable ground and take hold of your emotions on solid ground. And give anything unwanted. You can do this sort of visualization technique in nature. When you're outside, this is what I do sometimes. You're outside, imagine roots extending from your feet into the ground. And whatever you're feeling, if it's a negative feeling, just imagine that feeling going deep into the roots, and then the earth sort of uses that as fertilizer to cleanse and feed itself and the vegetation around it, and then you can and heal through that process. That's just a little visualization technique that I like to do sometimes. So really let yourself feel your emotions, because if you ignore them, they will just, guess what? First the knocking, then if you keep ignoring them, and if you really ignore them, and I see the screen is kind of jumping there, but that's kind of what it looks like when your eyes are full of tears and you can't think properly and you're in your head and you're like, right? Everything seems unclear, right? Unclear, undefined. So don't be afraid to go there, because it's only temporary and it won't last. That's what I can tell you. It's only temporary and it will not last. Take hold of that emotion. Allow yourself to feel it. I never said react. I just said feel. If you need to draw, if you need to journal, if you need to scream in your pillow or jump around, do some sports to get it out of your system, that's fine. But make sure that you understand what the message is that that emotion is bringing you. Okay? Because once you allow yourself to go through this process of feeling your emotions, you can identify the issues in order to know how to get rid of them. And then by doing that, that is what will allow you to be more clear-headed, speak kinder words to yourself, see yourself a little clearer, and then become the best healer that there ever was. So you're an empath. You're also an empath. And that just, solidifies the idea of what a powerful healer you are. And it brings the importance of you really needing to identify what your emotions are so that you can, determine which ones are yours and which ones are not. It's so important to know the difference between yours and other people's emotions. So you also have to work your powers of discernment. You're an extremely intelligent person. You're also, just as much as you are an empath and a healer, you're also very, very practically, logically minded. You're extremely bright. The way you are able to map out problems and create solutions is just, it's almost pure genius, or it is pure genius. And your genius is your ability to just understand a myriad of emotions with others around you. But now you have to really take the time out for yourself. All the more important for an empath to take time alone, to recoup, to re-energize, because it is draining to be around a lot of people, especially if you're an empath, right? As much as you love to serve, Also, don't forget to serve yourself. When you are able to determine which emotions are yours and which emotions are others, that's going to make you an even more powerful healer. And when you are able to work out your own emotions and understand them, that knowledge is going to become, you know, light years of wisdom that will translate into great advice and healing words of, well, wisdom, for lack of a better word, right? In order to heal others. All right, so thank you so, so much for tuning in. That's beautiful. So your life path has to do with being a, you know, an empath, a healer, but just make sure to, you know, a counselor, even if you're interested in going into counseling, you would be an amazing counselor. Okay, so just something to think about. You could be maybe counseling in your own career, and you not hold a counseling degree. That's fine. Wherever you are, you're going to be counseling others. Your life path, sorry, I took your cards away already, but this is an aside. Your life path has, no matter what your career choice that you pick, no matter what specific career choice, you will always find a way to integrate who you are as a healer, because you can't help yourself. That's who you are. People will always want healing from you. So definitely, if you can, you know, make sure to find a way to go into a career that allows you to bring out these qualities of a healer, so that you can express yourself as you are naturally. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked my video, feel free to give it a like, share, subscribe, and comment down below, and let me know what you thought. All right. Thank you so much. So if you're tuning into this portion of the video, this is where I actually,